All right. Might help if I weren't so delayed there. Good evening, everyone. Frank here, KG6 coming to you live for the NorCal SwapNet. This is hosted every Thursday on the N6ICW Repeater System here in the Northern California area. For more information, you can visit n6icw.org. If you wish to join in and can reach the repeater either through Echolink or IRLP or directly, it is a directed net. You can do so by saying call sign of the suffix of your call sign phonetically. I'll be here as long as the net's running, usually from about 8 p.m. Pacific time, 0300 UTC, to about 2100, 2130 Pacific, or 0400 UTC. I will be in the chat ready to answer any questions uh, you might have, and I will have my microphone muted, but the audio from the radio will come in just fine. Now, let's see if we can get this net going. Sounds like Armand might be there, and James, no fax machines.
Well, so much for testing before then. Well, it's a little better. I was going to say, does anybody know what season it is? Sure, it don't feel like April out there. It's the time to come in from the cold 43 degrees in Sacramento, curl up with a nice warm beverage, whatever your choice of that is, and gather around the radio and put your hands over the tube, but I don't think we have to anymore, and warm up and listen to edition number 14 of the Northern California Swap. This is WBTZEI Whiskey Bravo 2 Zebra Echo India. Armand in chilly Arden Arcade area of Sacramento. It's rainy, chilly, damp. Barometer is 29.77, I think, according to McClellan Airfield. But we're warming it up inside, I hope. And of course, we're here on N6ICW. I wonder how cold it is up on top of the mountain back. Who knows? Repeat it, can't tell us, can. Anyway, we're here to buy, sell, trade amateur and amateur related equipment on N6ICW. 147 195 with plus offset from Chico on 146.94 with a minus offset, and where it's raining, pouring, snowing, cold, and whatever in the Sierras in the Reno Tahoe area someplace, a little repeater antenna sticking out from all that snow on 145.15 with a minus offset, all accessible with a PL of 123 hertz. It is Thursday, April 4th, and we'll think warm thoughts like, what are you doing for lunch tomorrow? Time to get together with the N6ICW crew out at Brookfield's Restaurant at 4343 Madison Avenue. Have yourself a big, giant mug of hot chocolate, hot tea, or coffee. And I remember being in Brookfield. They have some, I don't know if it's still there, but last time I was there, I even brought some home, some nice, yummy scones. So check them out. Go down and get together with the gang. In the meantime, we're thinking about buy, sell, trade, amateur related equipment as we do every Thursday night at 8 o'clock. And that's 0300 UTC. Buy, sell, trade. And we welcome one and all of you, of course, to join us here on the net. Love to hear from you, especially if you have items to buy, sell, or give away. And here's how you can join us. And if you've been around a while, you know all that. So go out in the kitchen and brew yourself a nice hot cup of something. In the meantime, if you'd like to join the net, then you just dialing by, wonder how to do that. We put to the net the little stick here, the little preamble, and then of course the main feature, the part where we open the net for listening to check-in. So wait till that happens in a few minutes, and then put in your call sign suffix and use those phonetics. They are helpful. We're not on CW, so some letters in the alphabet do sound the same. And wait to be recognized. It is a directed net. And when we call out, or I call out your suffix and ask you to come back and give us the information we need in this order. Start with your full call sign. Again, use some phonetics, or all phonetics, I should say. Your first name, location, and if you have items for the net, you can combine, mix and match for the best results, buy, sell, trade, give away, etc., etc. And if they're related to amateur radio, we'll take them. You know, generators, computers, rope, yeah, even rope. We string those for guy wires and climbing towers and all that kind of stuff. So if you can relate to amateur radio, we'll take a question about that. And but if it's amateur radio related, we'll do it. And so let us know what you got. If it's buy, sell, trade, give us a description of the items that you have where applicable. And let us know if it's a sale item, how much you want for the item. Also, if it's offers, giveaways, negotiable. Are you willing to ship it? And remember, the buyer always pays shipping unless otherwise arranged with the seller. And if you are the seller, you can opt to include the price of shipping in your final price. That's totally up to you. And as far as the shipping goes, when you ship it, do you want somebody to come to your house and pick up the equipment, or will you drive X number of miles to meet them someplace on the side of the road or wherever? You name that, let us know. And then give us your contact information. That can be either or both your email and or telephone number. And we have no limit to the number of items that you can list on this net. The more the merrier. Then into your transmission with your call sign. And if you're out and about on this cold, chilly night and you find something that needs the attention of amateur radio, a stuck vehicle, whatever it may be, say break or priority, and with your call sign, you will stop the net, find out how us who are assembled here can help in the best way we can and get that situation fixed or the help that's needed. And also wanted to say a big thank you to Chris at N6ICW, as we do every week, recognize unfaltering, dedicated effort to keeping the N6ICW Repeater System functioning and very much alive, along with the folks in the control group, however many there may be. Say thank you to all of you who do that. And also, you could say contact followed by your call sign, and you could do one of three or all three things. You can call a station that maybe just made a listing and ask a question about the equipment or whatever was listed. You can call a station, move them off frequency to another simplex or repeater channel, or you can call a station and pass some traffic, and that does not have to be related. How many packets of hot chocolate do you want me to bring tomorrow? Or late night for a nice hot drink. And also, you can say info followed by your call sign. And if you have a question about amateur radio, something to do with the hobby that you didn't know who, where, or how to ask, get here, and we'll see how many different opinions and we can get for you, and maybe stimulate some good talk as well. Also, you can say info if you missed something on the list, like a model number, telephone number, price, etc., etc. I write it all down, and of course, we review the list, however big or small or non-existent it may be at the end of the net, which is always unable to be forecasted, because you never know how many folks are going to be out there. But we at least try to stay around till a quarter to the hour. So that would be 0345. So that's how it all works. And now it's time for the big shoe, and Ed Sullivan would say, to open the net. He's out there to join us tonight. Of course, our good friend, KCAI, is somewhere in Japan having a great time. Hope. And maybe we'll hear from KCAC and see what's up his sleeve as well, and others too. This is Armand, Whiskey Bravo 2, Zulu Echo India, in the Art Arcade area of Sacramento. Your host for most evenings on a Thursday, and this is edition number 14 of NorCal Flub for April 4th. Doesn't feel like it. What is it like near your house? Who's out there opening it?
November Lima Whiskey.
Yeah, it's time to gather around that big steam locomotive and warm up your hands, Frank.
You know, it's starting to feel like December all over again. Good evening, Armand and everyone. Kilo Golf 6, November Lima Whiskey, coming to you live from the co-host's desk in YouTube and social media lands. Just a quick recap here. You can find me on YouTube if you put in my call sign, Kilo Golf 6, November Lima Whiskey, KG6NLW, where I live stream the net every week when I am around. Currently, we have 7 fantastic viewers. Looks like Texas, California. I know at least 3 Californians that can probably hit the machine no problem besides me. And I apologize ahead of time. I'm probably going to butcher the name a little bit, but in English it is Gunther from Germany. DK5ONV, Oscar November Victor, is in the chat this morning for him.
Well, I got to say that, we have our own Gunther over here in Sacramento. So I wonder if Gunther in Germany is related to our Gunther's ice cream here in Sacramento. A great place for refreshment and ice cream and food and all that stuff. And no, I don't own it. Just commenting on the similarity or the sameness of the name. So welcome to Gunther and everybody else in YouTube land. Great to have everybody aboard. And remember, you can also partake in the swap if you like. Frank can help you out with that if you're in the chat and do want to make a listing. If you type it in, he will relay it to the rest of us who are F-bound. Frank?
Oh, absolutely. And I have all the information right above my head in the screen on the live stream. So people can just copy down what they need to, drop it in the chat, and yeah, I will relay it into you. But yeah, there you go. So let's see who else is out there tonight. You took the usual 10 minutes. I'll take a couple minutes, and onward and upward. And Whiskey Bravo 2 Zebra Echo India Kilo Golf 6 November Lima Whiskey with the NorCal swap.
SGI, Jack Daniels. 1 Quebec. All right. Wow. And Mitch is here too. Well, good to hear you, Mitch. All right. Well, we'll take them in order. WA6FGI. Yeah, Gary, power up that steam engine and warm up those hands. It's chilly out there. Time to start a nice either wood or coal fire, isn't it?
They were oil fired. They got rid of wood and coal a long time ago. But they had one in front of the ramp in Roseville. It was dead. It was not in service. But one of the guys who had been a fireman on one, he took me up there and ran me through what a fireman has to do on a steam engine. That was in 1960, so that was very interesting. And the rest is the history that everybody's heard. Yeah, it's cold. Matter of fact, this morning when I woke up, it's 46. Right now, we're down to 42. They're predicting high 30s, low 40s. Well, we're just about to the low 40s, so not much else to say. I don't have anything this time to mark it on the net, on the swap. It came through. I was pleased about that. So is the customers who bought it. I'll turn back over to you, Frank, Fred, Armand, and hello to you too, Frank. KG6L NLW and WB2ZEI, WA6FGI out here in the north part of Sacramento County in California.
Alrighty, Gary, great. Yeah, that's they got to work hard, those firemen. And what did I hear the other day? That there was some kind of derailment up in the Roseville yard. I think it was on TV this week or last week. So, and they said something about a whole bunch of derailments across the country. So who knows what's going on out there in this crazy world, right, John? But John will set it straight. He'll have a great meal tomorrow morning. Just organize everything, won't you, John? KJ6JD. Warm with the kitties. Hope they're all inside. Don't you be too steady on.
Quickly, I got to add into about that derailment. 3 loads of lumber tipped over on a split switch, and the media showed up to take a look at it. And the UP is a weird organization. They don't want nobody to look inside to see what's going on. They'll claim lawsuits, all sorts of things, but the Union Pacific never makes any mistakes. So they say, John, go ahead and pick it up. WA6FGI, thank you.
That's why they're called utterly pathetic.
You guys are too much fun. I always love guys that know the inside story. There's what we see, and there's what we surmise, and then there's what really went down. KJ6JD, guys. Good to hear you, Gary, and everybody. And I just wanted to remind everybody breakfast tomorrow morning. Well, actually, I got a couple things. But about breakfast tomorrow morning, that's right. Somewhere around 11 o'clock out there, Brookfield. We're going to meet, celebrate this repeater and hams and anything else that we can figure out that we could raise a glass of coffee to. And so everybody's welcome. Brookfield's out there at Madison Avenue, just off Biz 80. Let's see, what else is going on? It's getting to be springtime, and I should tease about the swap. I've got feelers out, and I should be talking and confirming everything this week and have you the confirmation. And of course, it's the 25th this year of May. So keep that open in your calendars, and we will give you more information. What else?
That might be it. Unless I look around me and see a radio here that's not earning real estate. KJ6JD. Question. Jack?
Okay, so I have a comment too. That sound like Mitch maybe. Question, your call sign? Go ahead.
Echo, leave a Quebec Juliet, Steve. What time is the breakfast? And if there's one, maybe I'll show up for one.
All right, well, we'll see if we can't scare together a few people out there. We've been diminishing lately. 11 a.m. Brookfield's out there. We have a little room just off the dining room that we share with I don't know, a bunch of ladies from some retirement group, I think. But anyway, there's usually about 4 of us, maybe 5 of us on a good day, maybe 3 of us, and we're just, Walt and wife and me. KJ6JD.
Thank you very much. Echo 6, leave a Quebec Juliet.
All right, good evening to you, Steve. That's 4343 Madison Avenue. You can put that into GPS. And John, it sounds like the swap's going to be on the Saturday time instead of a Sunday. 25th is a Saturday, so would that be correct?
No, I got the wrong day. I thought I had a Sunday. I got to call people back. I was talking wrong. I looked at my Amazon or my Google Calendar wrong. You're always perfect about that, so I'll go with you. Let's go for Sunday the 26th. Duh. Sometimes it reminds me how old I am. KJ6JD.
That's okay. We just, we gotta have your back. Gotta remind you. That's all. That's okay. Sometimes it's hard to remember. Yep, Sunday is the 26th, but maybe Saturday's a better day. You never know. And I wish I could coax people into starting a swap at 9 o'clock instead of 5:30. But Saturday's the 25th, Sunday is the 26th, and Monday Memorial Day. So it's A, B, or C, John. You take your choice.
I'm not sure what I'm hearing. I think I'm hearing cats doing something. Fighting, perhaps. Anyway, one way or the other, it is the 26th. Let's go for Sunday, and I'll try and make sure that that's coordinated. See how unprepared I am? KJ6JD.
That's okay. We're all unprepared at some point in our life. All right. Let's see. What else? Let's see. Okay. Cats are always doing something. So hopefully they're nice and warm and dry, and they're okay. I'm glad ours aren't outside. It's cold out there. Poor little other kitties who gotta try to find a place to hunker down and not get wet. So hopefully they're doing okay. And I heard a 1Q. So let's find out who is behind the 1Q. I think that's
Armand, you are an absolute breath of fresh air, and really good to hear you. Before I get into my spiel on appreciation, I think Paul PMR was in there and wanted to get. I'm going to let the king go before me, if you don't mind, Armand. Paul?
I think the king is otherwise detained. Maybe he's on the porcelain throne instead of the gold one.
I will say this, he is nowhere near a radio, but he is listening in.
Okay, Mitch. Now it's your turn.
Copy that, old man. And as I prefaced with it before, Armand, you, Frankie, and Mr. Chris, N6ICW, a deep profound amount of appreciation for what you do for the ham radio community, not only here in the San Francisco Bay Area, but far beyond. And Frankie continues to prove that on YouTube. And if y'all look up KG6NLW on YouTube, you're going to get the goods. And with that, Armand, I actually just want to let you know it currently here in Novato, here at the airport, is 43 degrees Fahrenheit. I just finished up a little of what is that, beef Szechuan and a little white rice and sipping on a soda pop, getting ready to listen to all the good stuff that comes through your network. And the Thursday net. Northern California swap meet. And with that, Armand, again, a deep, profound respect and appreciation for what you do for the community. Mr. Huber, N6ICW, yourself, and Mr. Frank, as I'm watching him live on YouTube. He just doesn't know it. Nobody tell him, okay, to watch every movie he's making. Hey, Armand, with that, that's all I got, little brother, and really good to hear you, and thanks for doing this for Thursdays for decades. So that's all I got, little brother. This is amateur radio station WUNQ Mobile, Northern California, Novato.
All right, very good. Yeah, that beef Szechuan, white rice. Yeah, that sounds good. We had enchiladas from Sam's Club tonight. Little on the liquidy side, but still good nonetheless. So we talk international cuisine here. So good to hear you, Mitch. It's been quite a while, whether it be on the low band or on VHF, UHF. So good to have you along. And don't burp too loud with with that soda. Washing down that white rice and yummy stuff. Hope you enjoyed that. And I didn't even know Novato had an airport. So I don't know if I could hear it, but I guess one thing that pops in my head is I wonder what their ATIS frequency is. But anyway, I don't know if I hear it. That might be a little too far away. But I would like to listen to those and get the temperature and weather conditions at all the various airports around here. And for all you aviation buffs, Mather has been going through some changes with their ATIS system. They changed to a female voice, which was hardly modulated. And then they upped their ante and they went to nice sounding, same voice, but much louder. And now they're doing it with the male voice. Don't know their synthetic names, but once every minute now. Whereas once it was once every hour from May. So there you go. All the airplane buffs can listen to the new Mather ATIS system, air terminal. What is it? Air terminal information system. I forgot what the A was for. Maybe I'm right. Maybe I'm not. Anyway, thank you, Mitch. Enjoy and stay warm out there in Novato. WUNQ. Anybody else for the net tonight?
Real quick, Novato is Delta Victor Oscar DVO. It is Nosfield. CTAF is 123.075, and the weather AWOS is 120.675.
Yeah, see that R&D man on there. He's on it. Oh, Google. Hey, now I'm going to change my phone. I'll say, hey, Frankie. Maybe Frankie will. I know Frankie will be more responsive and serious
Oh, you just gotta have me on the right frequency. That's all.
So, yeah, I don't think I can hear Novato from here. But thank you for the info, Frank. Appreciate that. Anybody else want to add?
Hey, Armand, just stopped by to say hi. The N6ICW was 42 here in Martinez.
All right. Yeah. Well, that sounds about like a good temperature for a martini, right? 42 degrees with a little ice, right, Jim? W860KS. WB2ZEI. I'm sure you heard the big news today. And how is Amy going to be commuting to Sacramento now?
I don't think so. That's kind of a long way from Vallejo. Not that, well, what, 60, 70 miles? I don't think she wants to do this, especially the night games coming home from up there. That's just crazy. That is just crazy. That's all I can say. Oh, well, anyway.
Yeah, it didn't go over too good in this household. I'll tell you that. I'll tell you that much. You know, they are moving closer, but yeah, that's you know, it's all the money game, I guess, and it's unbelievable how some people just don't get it. But anyway, anything new, ham radio wise, in your neck of the woods?
No, not really. I had my 70, my Ken was 74 stuck where it was dual band stuff, and every once in a while something would come on that where's that coming from? Then I recognized the receiver, but I wasn't on it. So I had to go in the menus and figure out how to turn off the second band or whatever. Other than radio, I don't know if you've been reading about those Zoom H6 recorders that have built-in speech guides. I got the 6-channel one. It's pretty impressive. I haven't done that much with it, but man, it's a great audio recorder.
Oh yeah, wow, that's really neat. Yes, I was actually I'm still in the process of listening to Jonathan Mosen's review of the H6 Essential, and I think he does the 4 and the 1. Yeah, so that's yeah. Well, let's talk about that one. I thought about that, but you know, I don't know. I don't know how much use I get of it. But you being a musician and all, I'm sure you can make some, you know, great recordings with your band.
Yeah, I know if I was playing more, that would be great. I'm not playing that much, maybe 2 gigs a month a bit, but I couldn't resist it. I had to get one because you do both mixing of 6 separate channels, and the really intriguing thing is that float 32-bit or something where you don't set the inputs. It's not automatic gain because you don't get the pumping where you're not compression or whatever. It's all somehow automatic, and of course you can normalize it on on your post mix too. And with 6 channels, you can record. You can mix everything up later on and get the balance right. So it's got a lot of flexibility to it. I only know how to use it. The VH60KS.
Yeah, that's great. When did it arrive at your pad?
About a week ago. I haven't had much time. Sounds like you haven't been time to play with it. I got 2 XY mics. Well, yeah, it's a little capsule just on the front. Stereo configuration. Yeah, you can take that off. Well, I know you can. Put an adapter and get 2 more XLR mics in the front and 4 on each side. So not really a pocket recorder. Well, I'd say it's a coat pocket recorder. Shirt, not a shirt pocket one. I guess the 1 and the 4 are one especially is much smaller and much easier to figure out, much more for like a news or a podcast.
Okay, yeah, I'll have to talk to you about that off the net. sometimes. Did you buy it directly from Zoom or through through another retailer?
Now, this place in, where is it? I'd have to look. Ohio or Indiana? Indiana, Fort Wayne, matter of fact, the home of Doug Joffrey and Window Eye. Called Sweetwater Music and Instruments or something like that. They're really nice there. They'll take the time to explain things to you, and they're very helpful.
Oh yeah, Sweetwater. Yep, I do remember them. Okay, yeah. Well, that's good to know. And if you haven't listened to Jonathan Moses' review, his series of podcasts called Living Blindly, and it's the H6 Essential is podcast number 272. So the Zoom recorders are 272C4, and his latest podcast is number 75. So yeah, he'll walk you through it, demo it, and it may be helpful to listen to. So that's kind of neat. Next thing you know, you're probably going to buy THD 75. Live it up a little bit. All right, well, good to hear. And yeah, we'll have to talk about that on another frequency sometime after you play with it a little bit. Well, good for you. And stay warm in Martinez. Don't go out in this cold wind, especially off the water. WA6CKS, new recorder, WPT Steady Eye. Thanks, Jim.
Yeah, watch what you say. You never know. Oh, I've listened to those. Matter of fact, I listened to the 6A one because I pretty much thought I'd buy that one. So I listened to that one first, and I didn't really pay attention much to the 1 or the 4. And I got a 512 gig SD card, as SD would say. And boy, those things are really tricky. Those micro SD cards. You can lose them in a real easy if you're not careful. Anyway, yeah, it is really cool. And there's another one called The Blind Podcaster or something. It's a different set of interviews, I think. Might check that one out too if you're interested.
Yes, that New Zealand accent. Yes, the SD cat. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Too bad we can't. I'm not think he's got a ham license, but he's never mentioned it. But I don't know how that guy does all that he does, and still has time to play around. But he does great service. Alrighty, Jim. Well, good. I'm glad you're up to speed on that. And next thing on your agenda is the THD 75. I know Steve KTV bought one in New York, plus a whole bunch of other guys on the Blind Ham list as well. So I don't know. Steve says receiver is better on that HD than 74, but yeah, still $750. Alrighty, take care. And we'll have to talk. And something else just came to mind, but I don't want to draw this out. That I know you're interested in radio drama. So, well, next time I hear you someplace, I'll tell you about that as well. Another place to spend your moolah. WA6CKS, WPCZI.
Well, if I got the 75A, then I'd have to buy another micro SD card. Well, look for me on 735. You know where I am usually, so check with me there if you want. And thanks for letting me check in. You're always doing a wonderful job. And we'll talk to you soon, I hope. Steady IW60K.
All right. Now, see, the good thing about that recorder is you can record yourself and then take out all the mistakes and make sure you have enough room on your SD card. Yeah. All righty. Anybody else but it's crazy swapping it tonight? Still no listings on All right. I think Tony will be the next batter up. N6 N5CI. Go ahead, Big Tony with the big audio.
Tough days in Armand in the net. Armand, I have a want, and I know I'm probably shooting in the dark, but I'm looking for Halicrafters SX140. Sierra X-Ray 140, which is just a receiver from the early 60s. It doesn't have to be working. I'm just using it as a parts radio for restoration I'm doing. But if anybody has one laying in the corner of their garage collecting dust, I would be interested in purchasing it from you. I'm willing to drive a little ways to get it. And but if anybody has one, I'd really appreciate it. My name's Tony, Tango Oscar November Yankee, November 5 Delta India Mike. Phone number is 916-947-6005.
This was one of the 40-meter swaps that just finished.
Yeah, I was going to say that, Tony. You might make a listing on the weekend and see, because, you know, they have a bunch of guys. What's his name? Brian? I forgot his call. But he's got I forgot. Oh, he's in Montague, but that's maybe, I don't know how far away that is. But yeah, I would definitely either send an email to Dennis, KP6LZW. That's KP6LZW at Proton, PROTON, mail.com, and let him put it on the air. Get on, in person. But there's a lot of Halicrafters guys and phone anchor guys and stuff like that. But we'll take that here too. You never know who's listening.
I listen to the 40 meter swap almost every weekend that I can. I leave the net burning in the garage when I'm out there working. I didn't hear anybody list that, but I wasn't in there the whole time anyway. But no, or if not, I'll try to get in with Dennis this weekend. I don't know if I think he was taken. I think somebody else was running the net for him this coming weekend, but I'll get on there too. But I'm just trying to get this whole thing put together for nostalgia reasons.
Yeah, last week when Larry was doing the net, and I think him and Chris, AI6U swapped. But if you send Dennis an email, he will read it. So that's what he usually does. He takes the email and reads them on the air. Other than that, you can check in with Chris, I believe, this weekend, AI6U. Alrighty, number one tonight, he will not let the coverage go bare. November 5 Delta India Mike and 5 DIM Tony in South Sacramento has the one. He's looking around somewhere for an Halicrafters Figure X-Ray 140 receiver, SX140 receiver. Doesn't have to work. He's going to be using it for parts to do a restoration on another SX140. So if you have one in the far reaches of the corner of your garage, let Tony know. Or if you see one on someplace, QTH, EHAM, Craigslist, wherever, if you spot one, let Tony know. He'd love to be able to get his hands on one. He's willing to drive to get it, and you can talk to him at 946-947-6005. Again, 946-947-6005.
Thank you, Armand. And just to let you know, I got that ICOM R6 from Patrick, came in a few days ago, but that was a good buy here off the net. Thank you, brother. You have a good night. And 5 DI, I'm clear.
Okay, great. Yeah, I was thinking about that. I'm glad that worked out for you and Patrick. So that worked out both ways. And yeah, Harry sold his K3 to Ross, and then he sold his HT, and he got the thing from the R6 from Patrick, and Peter, KT6TT, got his KT36X. So yeah, well, we're moving along. You know, it's a little net. Sometimes it does work.
Yes, it does. Thank you, Armand. You have a good night.
All right, thanks, Tony, and make sure you crank up that heater in the garage. It's too late to be out in the garage now, so hope you have a nice warm cup of chocolate or something to keep you warm tonight. Five, five, CIM, WPC30I. Take care. Anybody else for the net tonight? Maybe we'll get a second listing.
WJ?
All right, there he is. K6WJ. I was going to call you Mr. KC36XA. Go ahead, Bill.
Okay. This is KJ6WJ, Bill and Rockland. Still have that PHQ. I have to look at my invoice. I purchased this the end of April, only 3 weeks. It was actually up for 3 weeks. It's been down in the garage since then. But anyway, basically 50 cents on the dollar. Well, I'm going to $795. I'm picking up in Rockland. There's 916-624-3890.
Okay, got it, Bill. Yeah, well, we got rid of one antenna for you. Maybe we'll strike gold and get you another buyer. All right, thank you. Anything else in the pile of treasures over there in Rockland?
You never know. We'll see. But start out slow there. Anyway, they could, instead of ringing the phone, they could send me a text. They respond better for texting. Because that way. So if you're trying to sell me some insurance or something like that, well, recognize the phone. They let it go to voicemail. But if you send me a text, I can respond a little faster. Something like that. Thanks a lot, Armand.
All righty, thank you, Bill. All righty, number 2. He doesn't let us down. KJ6 Whiskey Juliet. Kilo Juliet 6 Whiskey Juliet. That's Bill in Rockland. And Bill still has his Hex Beam antenna for sale. And it's a heavy duty Hex Beam. It'll, I think, going back, thinking about it, I think it'll withstand 1,000 pounds of wind pressure on it. Yeah, Frank said he looked that up for us. Looks like a very nicely built, very good antenna. And Bill's got it. Says it's really heavy duty. It was only used 3 weeks. And he bought it, put it up, and took it down. So now it's up to you to pick up that treasure. $795. Pick it up in Rockland. And Bill says he prefers to text. That way he knows you're for real and not crackpot caller. The phone system is full of those today. So send him a text and he'll call you back. 916-624-3890. Again, you can text 916-624-3890. And he'll see that you're for real and interested in the antenna, and he'll jump on it. Thanks, Bill.
Thanks a lot.
All right, 11 minutes to go before the top of the hour. And we got 2 listings looking for 3. And let me see, let's see, 4 and 7, 11, 18, 17, yeah. So I have a question, John, if you're still around. Are they going to be doing amateur radio exams on the 18th of April, in the month of April, John, if you're still there?
There we go. All I had to do was find the pedal and not the cat. the cat's disturbed. Anyway, I reckon so. I'll give you a firm on that as we come up on next week. But I understand. I thought we were on for 3 months for sure. And we had very good turnout this last session. So I'll check with Bear and let you know for sure that it's going to be coming up on the 18th. I do a lot of guesswork these days. I believe so. Yeah, just because I believe it doesn't always make it happen. But KJ6JD.
Yeah, if you hear a meow, you know you're stepping on the wrong thing.
And Cat says, listen, if you step on me, you're not going to get your transmitter to go. I'm just going to meow really loud. Yeah, well, just make sure, well, don't step on him at all, but if you have to, put, a carpet and then his or her tail, and then maybe it won't be so impactful, you step on the tail on the soft carpet, it won't hurt as bad. But, you don't treat your kitty cat like a foot switch. Oh, my goodness. Anyway, just fun and games here on the swap. Okay, well, that means people have 2 weeks to gear up for that, and we'll get a definite answer on that next week. That gives them 1 week. Sign out at folsomhamexams.org. So next week we'll look for a yay or nay on that. Thank you, John. KJ6JD, WBC30I, and let's see. That's about it. Dates coming up in month of May, and of course the N6ICW Ham Fest at Brad's Radio Ranch in Mendon, Nevada. That's coming up on Saturday, June 1st. And I also think that CPAC in Oregon is coming up, maybe on that same weekend, I believe it is. So that's a little bit in the offing, and just before a weekend before that, if everything falls into place, the Carmichael swap at the Carmichael Elk Lodge will return. So stay tuned for more information coming up on that. Anybody else join us here on the net tonight?
Well, the live stream heard it. You didn't. Yeah, John, if you step on a cat's tail, you'll probably get a nasty meow out of them. And that's a meow. Yeah, get it? Hi. I know. Don't quit my day job. CPAC is May 31st to June 2nd. And you almost forgot the most important one coming up in, a week here, Armand? DX Convention down in Visalia. dxconvention.org.
That's my conscience talking. Yes, you're right. If you step on the tail, he says, meow. Yeah, that's right. That's perfectly correct. What would we do without you, Frank? Yep, at dxconvention.org, the Visalia DX Convention at the Visalia Convention Center. If you want to grow your own DX petition, a good place to go to find out how to do that. Maybe we can find some island in the Pacific, with just a tree on it, and have an expedition to that island, with the tree country or something. Anyway, also I'm sure there'll be vendors with some good deals. They always wait for conventions like Visalia, Dayton, to put some deals out there. I know I got a good deal on my stepper 10 years ago. Wow, yeah. 10 years ago, I bought my stepper antenna from that show. So, if you're going down there, check out those deals. And if you do want a stepper monster antenna, I know where there's one for sale for the best offer. And if you want to know, I'll tell you. But looking for a home, a big boy like that, got to have the proper dwelling for it. So it's not a little guy antenna, but sure puts out a big signal. 70-foot element, a 39-foot boom, turning radius, and a hefty 200 pounds. So, that's a big fighter. Get that antenna in the ring and off you go. But that kind of whets your appetite. I can give you the info on it. That gentleman will be at the Visalia CX convention, and I think he has pledged if he finds the buyer, he can deliver it. So there you go, another reason to attend. And thank you, Frank, for reminding me about that as well. Get that one.
And if that's not enough to get you to go, this year is the first year that Josh, Kilo India 6 November Alpha Zulu of Ham Radio Crash Course fame, will be not only emceeing the event, but will also be doing a presentation as well. Due to Chip's unfortunate passing last year, they had to find someone new to do the emceeing, and Josh, in his best way, was chosen to be the grand MC for it. So everybody go check it out. He's lots of fun, very cool guy. And yeah, there you go. dxconvention.org. And as Mr. Paul says, there's no swap at Visalia. So we'll see what happens with that.
Yeah, but that's where all the new stuff comes out. Like at Dayton and Pacificon. So new is good too.
Oh, absolutely. All right, let's see if there's anyone else as we wrap up the hour at 035750.
Jack Daniels.
Hi, John.
Yeah, was definitely having it on the 18th this month out there. You want to get the usual stuff?
Yeah, sure. That's breaking news.
Yeah, there's some breaking news for you. We had an earthquake today. That was fun. I thought I saw my living room skeleton swing. I wasn't sure. Anyway, coming up the 18th of April at the Mountain Mike's Pizza Parlor out there in Folsom, 717 East Bidwell. I hear the cat ripping up a plastic bag. I found out what it was. 717 East Bidwell out there in Folsom, 6 p.m. Be there or be square. You go to Folsom Ham Exams, plural, .org. FolsomHamExams.org, and follow the instructions carefully, and then go to 717 East Bidwell at 6 p.m., and the girl and the rest of us will be gleefully take your submission there, give you the test and all the rest of that stuff. You can pay online. It's a wonderful thing now. You can't quite take your test online. You got to come on in and we hand you a copy, and then we take a picture of it, and it's all done by computer. So, wiki world. Anyway, there you go. If you want to get a ham license or upgrade your ham license, you get in on it. FolsomHamExams.org. Coming up Thursday near you, in 2 weeks hence. KG6JD.
Oh, John, you got to find a way to do the remote at Sam's too. I think you'd get a lot more people.
Yeah, I'm not sure that we want to invest that much time in an additional method. Bear puts a lot of effort into these. They may be electronic, but actually getting everybody coordinated and getting all of the, making sure they do all the details right, and then just doing the exams and all. And then there's the other person that comes in and says, "Hey, I didn't. How do I get one of these?" And we take care of them too sometimes. Yeah, I don't know if I want to venture into that. Hell, I'm getting old. KG6JD getting old quietly.
Fair enough. KG6NW, back to you, Armand.
Well, don't be shy. Ham radio is all about exposure. So, instead of, I think just a personal opinion, I'm just a net control, as Michael Savage would say, except he says I'm just a talk show host. But, we got to get out. Enough of this keyboard stuff. Everybody's sitting at home, doing their jobs from home, staying at home, ordering their groceries from home. So what's up with this? And boy, I tell you, you can tell that people are doing their jobs from home, that they don't know what they're doing. They're busy feeding their cats and listening to their dogs bark and the roosters crow. But that's just a pet annoyance of mine. I think it's about time we get back to the way it was. So, ham radio is I have a little shirt that says ham radio is the original social media. So get out there and be social. Have a piece of pizza to celebrate your exam success, and do it that way. Don't be afraid. Sit behind the microphones enough. And, got to come out more than a couple times a year for the swab. So there's my 20 cents worth. And, then you come out and get an autograph from Frank.
You redeemed yourself with that one. I was about to say, wait a second, but I'm live streaming this to social media. And Paul's right. Are you going to expose yourself here? Yeah, you're getting a little close to get rid of all internet. Anyway, KG6NLW on the live stream.
Hey, Armand.
Hey, Mitch.
Hey, do you think it's appropriate to ask Frankie for his autograph before he starts charging, or would that be too upfront for me?
Well, before he gets the idea of putting it on Cameo, yeah, you better get him before he goes to Cameo.
Can you ask him for me?
I might already be on Cameo, Armand.
What?
I said I might already be on Cameo.
Oh, yeah, maybe I could be on Cameo too. I could charge $1 and undercut all of these.
I'm not here tonight.
I think they have a minimum rate charge that they have to do.
Hey, another thing, Armand, I thought I caught you back there about a half hour ago. I could swear I heard the two-land come out of you. I think you said something about, it sounded like cat, but I thought you were trying to say car. Was that like a New York or Jersey slip?
No, that was actually a New Zealand slip. There's a fellow who does some podcasts out of New Zealand, and instead of saying card, he says card, like C-A. Well, I don't know how you spell it, because I don't know how you...
Like a fish.
What?
Like a fish.
Like C-O-D-S, like cod. Yeah, that's the New Zealand version of card.
Yeah, okay. No, I just thought I caught you at a moment where you left off the West Coast thing and you defaulted right to the East Coast thing. I wasn't sure what was going on there, but I'm glad that you clarified that. Fish. Oh, that's funny.
Mitch, it's like for us, we say park, but or even pat. No, yeah, park. But Australia, New Zealand, they say park, park, park. It's not park to park. It's park to park.
Park your car, you park your car in the park with your SD card. So there you go. Yeah, yeah, they do have. I think they're New Zealanders. I think they're more accented than the Australians. At least Moses.
Hey, Armand, and I'm not making fun of you at all, so don't take this the wrong way. But I think the first time that I drove into Boston with my ex-father-in-law, came into Boston, I wasn't even driving, and I was so white knuckled. So the horn honking was coming from everywhere, and the golden finger was saluting every which way from Sunday. Holy moly! Wow, that was an experience. Speaking of Boston,
because I flew there once, and I got off at Logan, and I had to take the subway or whatever the trolley was to Park Street Station. So I said to the driver, I said, "Tell me when we get to Park Street Station." He kept calling off stuff. Finally, he said, "Park Street Station, Park Street Station. Hey, buddy, Park Street Station." I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, well, in Boston, a car is car, but in New Zealand, car is cat. The O-D, you put the D on the end.
Too bad I don't have them around. I have the perfect person to explain it to us, Armand. VA7BIX, the Ham Jazz, Simon. He's Australian transplanted to Canadian, so he's Australian Canuckistanian, something like that. And he would be able to give us the explanation, no problem.
Yeah, connect Spanian. That's a good one. Okay. Well, I think maybe the New Zealanders. I think they're more accented. You always hear those guys from Australia on amateur radio newsline. So anyway, so much for what is it? Etymology, the word, whatever, or is that insect? One or the other. So Mitch, don't bug me.
Potato, patata. What was that? Tomato, tomato, potato, potato, or something like that. 6 1/2 dozen the other, I always say. But yeah, holy moly! I got to tell you, Armand, I was never. I don't get scared even as a passenger, unless my ex-wife or my daughter was driving when I first teaching her how to drive. But yeah, I got to tell you, something about being in Boston, just like it was like a what do they call that? Like a come to Jesus. It was like a deep found of gratitude to get out of there. And
don't forget those roundabouts.
Yeah, well, the only way to be extra more scared is if Jim or I were in the driver's seat. Then you definitely want to jump out of the car.
I think I just closed my eyes.
Yeah, that works.
I wouldn't know what else to do because I got to get from point A to point B, Armand, and heck, I don't think I'm going to find any better drivers than someone that knows the darn city. What say you, sir?
Yeah, I just have to use an extra long stick, those curb sealers. Anyway, okay, well, back to what we're here for. So I think it's about time to, wind it up on the fishing reel here before we catch some more cod. So, anybody else for this crazy swap Yeah, we're having too much fun, right? All those folks in YouTube land, and they say, man, those guys are really. But you know what? At least we're having a good time and we can laugh about it. You know, what can I say? All right, one last call, and I will read the list of two that we have. Anybody else to get in under the wire?
Kilo Oscar 6 Charlie India Victor out in Stockton, mobile.
All righty, KO6CIV. It seems like I should remember your name, but of course I don't. Good evening to you. Welcome to the Crazy Net.
Yeah, the name's James out of Stockton. I've checked in twice before. I was just joining you guys. A little conversation.
Yeah, we're trying to con anybody we can, James. You're right. Yeah, it's all a con game here. So good to have you aboard and have you put your 20 cents in here. What you doing tonight? You bundled up down there in Stockton?
Hey, real quick, hey, Armand, I'm not sure how you brought out the twos in the six land, but way to go. Welcome aboard, station.
Just getting home from work and I just got home right now. Sitting in the driveway and not bundled up yet. I'm gonna eat dinner and bundle up soon.
Okay, sounds good. I hope you have a nice hot meal waiting. I don't know what the temperature is in Stockton here. Maybe we can find out here and find out how chilly it is. Hang on.
It's currently 47, rainy. It was hailing earlier.
And at the airport, it is 43, rain, and low is supposed to be 41.
Well, my Echo says it's 45. So, although Amazon and Siri never seem to agree on the temperature most of the time, but whatever it is, it's cold for April, no matter what it is. So, hope you have a nice hot meal waiting after a long day of work, James, and thanks for sharing a little piece of your evening with us crazy guys here on 195 KO6CIV. Have a good night and rest up for tomorrow at WBGZEI.
All right, guys. Thank you very much. I enjoy listening to you guys. Thursday's on my way home. Kilo Oscar 6 Charlie India Victor 73.
And if you ever miss a live NorCal swap, you can always go back and re-listen and watch me on the screen on YouTube or Twitter or Twitch. Just look up KG6NLW and you'll find me.
Frank, I want to know, what do you do to keep the video interesting? Like, do you make funny faces? What do you do to keep them amused? I mean, like, I'm not part of the video world, but what do you do?
Well, it all depends upon what's going on the radio at the time. Sometimes I'll make a questioning face. Sometimes, I'll give I wonder what he's going to go with this one, or that kind of look. Or sometimes I'll just give thumbs up. Like if somebody joins, if I happen to see the view count go up, or someone makes a comment and I like it, I give them a thumbs up in the camera, so they get a thumbs up, and hopefully I get a thumbs up back. I make a lot of different faces, but it's mostly me just sitting here pointing out the important stuff, chatting with folks in the chat, and just doing that. I keep my microphone muted for the most part, except when I key up. Then I unmute my microphone. But I keep my microphone muted so that they can enjoy just live stream audio by itself.
Okay, Well, make sure it's the thumb and, not the middle finger. I made a mistake. The wrong finger just popped up. Oh, well. Okay, well, I think before we really hit the bottom and degrade to F, time to read the list. To read the list and call it a night. I don't know if any of this would pass on the 40-meter swap. At least we have a sense of humor around here. Anyway, all right, I will read the two lists that we've had and then give everybody a rest for another week. Oh, and that wasn't even the middle finger either. Okay. Well, maybe they had to go to the bathroom or something.
Maybe. And sometimes I shrug with two hands up on either side of my head, going. So it's like, yeah, I don't know. Who knows? Anyway, let's hear that list, Armand.
Okay. Well, theater of the mind. That's why it's better just to listen, and you can paint your own images in your mind. Alrighty. Here's an image for you. Big Tony, N6ICW. Powerful Tony with the big audio. Tony's in Sacramento. And Tony has a wand. He's looking for a Helicraft, his receiver. The model Sugar X-Ray 140, the SX 140, from the early 60s, he says. And it ain't gotta be working. Parts radio will do. He's going to use the parts from the one that you maybe have or somebody has do a restoration on an SX 140. And he's willing to drive. I don't know about to the end of the earth, but he will go somewhere to find one. So you can give him a call and set that up with him if you have one with dust on it. Just blow it off and give him a call. 916-947-6005. Just don't blow Tony off. 916-947-6005. And Tony N6ICW looking for that SX 140 Helicrafters receiver. Yeah, Helicrafters. Yeah, that would have been a mistake. And number two tonight, checking in from Rockland, Bill, Kilo Japan 6 Whiskey Japan, HA6WJ. Bill has a VHQ, Victor Hotel Quebec, VHQ Hex Beam antenna. And I believe this is made in Germany, if I remember correctly, which is doubtful. Anyway, this is a very heavy-duty antenna, and Bill bought it. He only used it for 3 weeks, and now he's looking to find a new perch for it, hopefully on top of somebody's tower close by. To pick up an item in Rockland, he'd like $795 for the X Beam, which is about half price. And you can start out by texting Bill so that he knows you're a real live ham radio operator and not a bot or a phony caller. 916-624-3890. Send him a text. He'll get right back to you that he knows that you're for real. 916-624-3890.
And VHQ Hex is proudly made in the United States of America.
Oh, okay. Where I got Germany from.
Probably because of the DX in the chat tonight.
Now, there's all kinds of antennas coming out of Europe that we don't see all the time in the American market. But okay, made in the good old 795 from KJ6WJ. Yeah, that's the list as I have it. And well, let's see. Any other comments, traffic, or barbs out there before we close the net? Gotta let those Echolink folks get their word in edgewise, especially when it comes to comments or other traffic. So nothing heard. That means we'll do it again next Thursday. That'll be the warning tax day edition of the Northern California Swap, or the pre-Visalia DX convention edition. So it gives you about a little bit of time to prep and get down to Visalia next Thursday. That'll be on the 12th, 13th, and 14th. Interesting things going on. So then we'll put it in the box for another week. Hopefully it'll warm up. They're saying it'll get into the high 70s or maybe even above 80 early next week. It's about time we get our seasons straight here in Stack of Tomatoes, as WA6CDE used to say. Good old GM, now SK, from South Sacramento. Remember him well. And along with a lot of our other folks who are looking down on us as well. So everybody have a good week. And by the way, also want to wish W6CDN a happy, good, fast recovery. He had a bad fall this week that put him in the hospital. So hopefully Dennis will be on the mend quickly and get back to the big, strong Dennis that we all know. So regards to his family and our thoughts are with W6CDN and his family as well in Center Roseville. Everybody have a great week. We'll see you all next Thursday, and that'll give you 1 week to prepare for the Hammock. N6ICW and others, WD-SETI, clearing closing the NorCal Swap at 0422 UTC. Good night, all. WD-SETI.
Good night from YouTube social media land, Armand. Thanks for another great NorCal Swap. Kilo Golf 6 November Lima Whiskey.
All right, thank you, Frank, and good night to all the YouTubers out there. And that's the way it was on April 4th, 2024. Good night, all.
Good night, Armand. WUNQ.
Oh, there we go. And with that, I want to say, oh, my light's not liking this. I want to say to you out there in social media land, thank you for watching. But don't forget, smash that like button, smash that subscribe button, and ring the bell so that you know when I go live or when I post a video. Until next time, I want you, all of you out there in social media land, to ham harder, and I will lead you out and say 73.